Assalamualaikum and hi to doctor. My name is MAJID bin JUNAIDIN and we are from ICE Space Group, and today we're going to presenting about the assignment 1, and then the company we choose is UPC University Utara Malaysia. So here the list of my team members. We must have MAJID, and we have Oi Kim Chi, Ying San, AZAMUDIN and Lee Ji Suang. So I'm going to start with part 1, which is the introduction of UPC University Utara Malaysia Parcel Center. So this business main activities is they are providing convenient pickup and delivery of parcel for the University Utara Malaysia community, including students, staff and other person that live in the UUM itself. So basically, UPC University Utara Malaysia Parcel Center is located in TRADEWINDS. So that now they starting 2021, they have changed their management to the new supervisor and tube management team, and then they are providing a website and mobile application which is using a technology compared to all the management team in the year 2019. They use a more to manual. So the customer need to top up a minimum RM10 in their UPC account application, due to the reason that UPC need to ensure that their third party of this provider of this credit service is actually give a benefit. So the transaction cycle that we decide to actually analyze from this business is for the revenue cycle. So here are some supporting documents that we managed to actually collect from the UPC itself. First is the barcode, and then the secondly is a service charge list from the UPC, and then their own computer system that they use to actually manage their business in the UPC UM Center. So here the part 3 basic diagram, they contain with a table of entity activities, contact diagram, physical data flow diagram, logical data flow diagram, and lastly data flow chart. They're going to be presenting by my fellow group members. So here the table of entities and activities of UPC University Utara Malaysia, which is part 1. So the entities, the first we're going to talk about the courier. So the first activities is that JNT Energy Van and other courier will provide and send the parcel together with the invoice to UPC. After that, the computer or the system going to receive and keep the data from the courier about the customer and the item that they receive. And then the third is that computer also will have enter the data into the computer and then update the customer account and update the account. And computers will key in the total of the quantity parcel, the customer number detail in the parcel, the invoice number, and the barcode check number. So lastly, the computer will actually system will update the courier provider, and then for this 6 is the storekeeper will sorting the parcel according to the weight and the type of the parcel they receive to the respecting of their own places, and then the computer will generate and create a new barcode to this parcel. So next, the storekeeper will actually scan the parcel barcode, and then the storekeeper also will arrange the parcel based on the new barcode given by the computer, and then the computer also will generate email SMS to update the parcel information and update their customer account, and customer will receive either the notification for email or SMS. And then customer also need to top up for minimum amount RM10 to actually collect the parcel using their own UPC mobile application. So the third party credit provider will receive RM1 of minimum service fee for the as a credit provider, and then that's why the transaction is minimum RM10. So next, the computer will update the customer account and then update the account receivable and the master data, and then the customer will waiting for the number to actually queue up in the UPC, and then show the payment receipt on the email and SMS information to the cashier. So next, the cashier will check the customer information payment and print out the number according to the system that check in the computer. And then the cashier also, after the verification, the cashier will print out the customer bill. And then the 19th step is the storekeeper will pick up the parcel according to the customer bill that hem together with the customer bill together to a cashier. So in the 20th step, the cashier will double check with the verification with customer, either the item the customer received as same as recorded in the system, and then the customer also will receive their parcel, of course, and then the computer will update the parcel record, and then update the account receivable master data, and then create a cash of receipt listing, and then send the total of cash receipt to the general ledger. And then that's end of my part. I will pass to another presenter. Thank you. So here the picture of the counter or the cashier position in UPC UUM Parcel Center. Thank you.
Now, I want to present about context diagram. Firstly, the courier company will deliver the consumer goods to the UPC address as requested along with the invoice for reference. Next, the UPC will inform the user about the status of their goods and send a bill asking the user to make payment according to the established method. After the payment has been made, the user can pick up their goods at the UPC counter.
Good morning, Dr. NORHAIZA and everyone. My name is TEIK and matrix number is 270246. Now I'm going to present physical data flow diagram for UPC TRADEWINDS in UUM. Before that, I would like to explain the definition. The physical data flow diagram is used to represent how a business data flow through a system. It also used as to represent the relationship between customer, department, or a system. Most firms will use this diagram to point out their bottleneck and also to point out their inefficiency in the business operation. Now I will explain the diagram. For the diagram, you can see that our group decided to use YING and Star. In this diagram, you can see there is a square shape. A square shape refers as an entity, which is external entity such as courier company and customer. However, for the third-party credit provider, we're going to exclude it from the diagram because it is an external party that deals with external transaction. Next, there is a bubble shape or a circle shape, which refers as a process. For the process, we're going to include the internal entity, which is storekeeper, cashier, and computer. Next, you can see that there is a rectangle rounded shape, which known as data file, which means whatever document exists in the transaction should record into the system. Now I will explain the process. First of all, you can see that courier company will send the invoice and the parcel to the storekeeper. The storekeeper will refer the invoice to sort out the parcel and then record the parcel information. After that, they're going to use this information to create the customer bill, which is going to send to the customer, and also the storekeeper will send a piece of copy customer bill to the cashier and also update the customer account. After that, customer will refer to the customer bill to make the payment through online. After that, pass the receipt to cashier. Cashier will use this receipt to verify and match the information in the customer bill. After the verification, cashier will print out the receipt and pass to the customer along with the parcel. After that, cashier will upload the receipt document into the system. The computer will refer to the receipt and then record the sales journal and also update the general ledger and account receivable sub-ledger. That's all my presentation for physical data flow diagram. Next is logical data flow diagram, which I'm going to pass to next presenter to present about that. Thank you.
So this show a logical data flow chart. So from the courier company, we will receive the parcel slips, and then we will receive the parcel from the courier company. And then we will send the receiving details to the receiving report files, and then the quantity received file will be sent to the parcel sorting to sort the parcel process. And from the parcel sorting, we will send the parcel summaries to the parcel arrival records, and then send the parcel summary to the parcel details bar. And then from the parcel arrival records, we will send the parcel and quantity report 1 to the customer account file, and then send the parcel and quantity report 2 to the bill customer. And then from the customer account file, we will send the parcel details to the parcel distributing, and then we will review the parcel release and then update the parcel records. And then from the parcel distributing tool, we will send the delivery info to the customer when they receive the parcel. And then from the bill customer part departments, just now we received the parcel and quantity reports from the parcel arrival records process. And now we will send the sales journal vouchers to the post to the general ledger, which is and then we will have a journal voucher posting details, and then to the general records, general ledger records. And then from the bill customer, we have to update the account receivable records, which is the sales order, the ledger copy will be sent, and then we will update the total amount due to the account receivable subsidiary ledger. And then from the bill customer also, we have also sent to the sales send a bill to the sales journal. And then finally, the bill customer process will send a receipt to the customer when they come and take their parcel. So at here, customer actually have two types. The first type is actually account receivable, and then another type is which they already have existing account in the UPC system. So actually, when they have the existing account, the parcel they have, they don't need to pay when they get the parcel. They just what they need to do is they just need to the parcel amount will be directly credited, which means that it will directly deduct from their existing customer account. But for those who doesn't have the account in UPC system, they will debit the account receivable records in the company account receivable, which means that the customer have to pay through touch and go when they want to take the parcel. That's all for me. Thank you.
Next, we will proceed to the system flowchart. System flowchart is separated into two departments, which is the receiving department and also the distributing department. So start from receiving department. The UPC will receive the parcel from the courier, which is JNT, Ninja Van, and also others courier. Then the courier will give an invoice to UPC. So UPC will make a copy of invoice and keep it into the receiving documents file, while another invoice will be using to enter the data into the customer account, which the data is the quantity of the parcel and the customer number details in the parcel, invoice of the number, and also the barcode to check the number. So this will be kept in the database of the customer data. So next, system will update the courier provider weight of the parcel and give the amount charged to the customer according to the size of the parcel and the size of the box. So next, it will generate and create the new barcode to sort the parcel. Okay, so next, the computer will also generate the email and SMS to update the parcel information to the customer by giving the customer knowing that the total amount of the price of the parcel to pick up, and the total price will be kept in the customer data. Okay, so next we'll proceed to the distributing department. So when the customer reach UPC to pick up their parcel, the cashier will check the customer information, payment, and also print out the customer bill physically. So the customer bill will have two copies. One copy will be kept in the payment receipt document file, while the another customer bill will be using to pick up the parcel according to the number. So next the parcel taken will be updated by the payment data into the customer account by the computer. Then the data will be kept in the database of the customer data. So from that, it will proceed to the print out of the receipt. So there will be two receipts. One receipt will be given to the customer. One receipt will be kept and used to update the parcel records. So after that, it will update the general ledger, and the receipt will be the receipt amount will be used to keep in the database of the general ledger.
That's all our group presentation. Thank you for listening to our group presentation.